Nice and breezy out here today, you all. Nice and breezy.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know.
There is absolutely no problem tonight. Praise God. We done prayed away all the cobwebs and all the issues and all the problems in our neck of the woods, but you still may be having a little problem where you are. So that's why we have this show. Good evening, everybody. I am the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B, and I'm honored to be here tonight to introduce you to the host of our show. She is an Amazon International #1 best-selling author. She is a mother. She is a friend. She is the daughter of a fabulous whistler. And she is my bestie. Hey, Laretha, how you doing, girl? How you doing?
I am wonderful, Angie B. It's great to see you. Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday to you. You've been on the air just about a month.
How about that?
It seems like we should have all the technical stuff worked out right, but you got me, so.
Yes, absolutely. And you are the blessing. Lord, I thank you for Angie B. Absolutely.
Thank you, sweetie. I'm excited to meet your special guest tonight. We've got some new show sponsors, some new upcoming events.
Yes.
So I'm just going to bring your guest in right now, and I hope she's ready for it. She is adorable. Her name is Lisa.
Hello there, Lisa. Lisa.
Hello, ladies.
Hello. Thank you so much for joining us, Lisa.
Thank you for having me.
Have you met Angie B, the Queen Bee?
I have. Just on today. I'm happy to meet you.
I'm looking forward to meeting you and borrowing your earrings.
Thank you.
All right, ladies, I'll let y'all take it away.
Thank you so much, Angie B. So, Lisa Horton, would you introduce yourself to our guests?
Yes, my name is Lisa T. Horton. I'm with To Your Heart Life Coaching. I am a Christian relationship coach and an author of 2 books, and 1 is on its way. We hoping to have the last one released next week.
Well, thank you so much, Lisa. I am so excited because you are a certified relationship coach. So
Yes,
what led you to becoming a relationship coach? Tell us a little bit about your background in that.
You know, it was all in God's plan.
Mm-hmm.
I had so much support and helping me with some of the challenges I was going through with my relationship.
Uh-huh.
That I just wanted to share God's um, good news and good word, and that's what He wants me to do. But truthfully, everybody was just coming to me. I guess I was a good listening ear, you
Probably so.
know, and like I said, it was all in God's plan, you
Okay,
know.
so Lisa, are you referring to your relationship with God, or are you referring to your relationship with, I believe you've been married for quite a few years. So
All
you're
of
referring
that.
to your marriage relationship?
Yes, my support system helped me with my marriage.
Uh-huh.
I've been married. The first will be 32 years,
Oh my gosh.
but I have relationship with my marriage. I have relationship with myself,
Okay.
and I had help with forming a relationship to God.
Okay.
So with all of that,
Hmm.
since I was helped in so many ways,
Uh-huh.
then it was in His plan for me to do the same.
Okay, so when did you realize you needed help? Start out with your relationship with God. How did you know you needed help with that?
I didn't have a relationship with God.
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't. I mean, I really didn't.
Uh-huh.
Um, I really didn't see no need to have a relationship with God, and
Uh-huh.
from that, it was just a spiral of stuff, of
Okay.
negativity. So
Okay.
once I met these group of women and they
Hmm.
showed me God's word,
Hmm.
then things started to pick up health
Okay.
wise at first anyway,
Really?
and then I became aware,
Hmm.
and once I became aware and that self-care hit in and that self-loving, and then it became, you know, I knew then that I was part of God's plan, and this is what He wanted me to do. So
That's a
that's
good
my
thing.
go-to scripture, Jeremiah 29:11.
Okay.
For
Yes.
I
For I
know the
know the
plans I
plans
have
I
for you.
have for you.
Yes, ma'am.
That's a great scripture, Lisa, and I understand exactly what you mean because I've only been saved for 9 years. The first next week, and my life was in complete shambles. I had literally hit rock bottom, and then I was led to a particular church, and I joined that church, and it was the leadership that saved me.
Yeah,
It just made such a tremendous difference in my life, and I'm already a senior, and I tell you, it's not how you start, it's how you
that's how you
finish.
finish. Yes.
Yes, and things can always change. God can always change you. He will change you from the inside out. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am. It'll change your life. And really, like you said, Miss Larissa,
Uh-huh.
um,
Larissa.
He really changed my heart. So
Uh-huh.
that's how I came up with the name To Your Heart for my coaching
Oh,
business.
I was going to ask you that. Okay.
Yes,
To your heart, because God knows your heart.
yes, He knows your heart. And
Okay,
then
so
I'm sorry.
go ahead. Go ahead. What were you going to say?
And then it was confirmed with, because at the time I had two grandchildren,
Uh-huh.
and I always used to say, "Well, you Nana's heart." So that all confirmed of the name. So
Uh-huh. To your heart, to your
to
heart,
your
to
heart.
your heart, to your heart. So tell me how that improved your relationship with your spouse and with your children and with your grandchildren.
In many ways, once I started having a relationship with God,
Hmm.
He showed me the things I needed to change.
Okay.
You know, He showed me the people I needed to change
Hmm.
or add to. You
Hmm.
know,
Hmm.
he just, showed me, how I should conduct myself,
Okay. Uh-huh.
my communication,
Hmm.
you know, because I was a very revengeful person.
I was just about to ask you, is that because were you saying negative things and were you
Yes,
oh,
yes.
okay.
I
Yeah.
was I was continuing
Mm-hmm.
a negative family pattern.
Yes. Yes.
And he showed me that. So I had to really get into his word,
Mm-hmm.
to understand that,
Okay.
because I had to understand what his plans were.
Yes.
And I have to kind of connect the dots. So that's how I start using biblical principles.
Okay.
Because the same biblical principles I use, the same biblical principles that were shared to me
Right. In your coaching.
in my coaching. Yeah. So it
Okay.
all worked together. And then once I was aware of the
Mm-hmm.
things I needed to change,
Mm-hmm.
then it changed my marriage.
Yes.
And at the
Exploding.
same time, because I was separated at the time when all this happened. But
Okay.
at the same time, my husband was getting counseling too that I didn't know.
Oh, really? Okay.
So once we came back together,
Mm-hmm.
then God was in there
Oh, that is
with
so
us.
important. It is so important because there's only three people in your relationship. It's the wife, the husband, and the Lord.
Yes, ma'am.
That's the only way it works. That's really the only way it works. So Lisa, I'm so happy to hear you say that. So you had to try something new. You had to first change who you were because oftentimes we don't see the log in our eye. We just don't see it because we're
Yeah,
so busy judging everyone else and
yes,
trying to change everyone else when
yes.
that's not the way it's supposed to work, is it?
And that's exactly how it was. Exactly how it was. So once I got that dust out of my eye,
Uh-huh.
once I had clarity,
Mm-hmm.
then I was able, especially in communication,
Mm-hmm.
I was able to listen.
Oh,
I was able to hear, and not always try to put my rebuttal in.
yeah, have the last word, in other
Have the
words.
last word, yes.
Have the last word. So now I've heard that a better life starts with self awareness. So you really need to know and invest more in yourself. You need to
Yes.
know who you are and what it is that you really want out of life, what you really want in a relationship. And
Hmm.
Lisa, I believe that's probably going to start with communication.
Oh, yes. Like I said, my communication was off. It was very negative.
Hmm.
So I learned how to, realize that how not to always speak and listen,
Yes.
you know, and
Yes.
that, made my husband feel good.
Of course.
He felt he was respected, you know, I
Yes.
understood because really we supposed to, when we communicate, we supposed to listen first to understand what's going on.
Yes. Exactly.
So that made a huge difference.
I bet it did.
And then once we learn how to do that, then self-love and self-respect, because you have to love yourself before you can love anyone else.
That's so true.
And once we did that, then we set boundaries, and
Awesome.
it was good. So now we're
Oh,
just the best of friends.
isn't that wonderful?
That is so
I'm so
good.
happy to hear that, Lisa. Congratulations.
Ooh,
Thank
that is
you.
so good.
Yes.
That is so good.
I'm
Yes.
happy.
I'm
Yes,
happy
you
for
should
you.
be.
I love what you said, Lisa, about you got to listen.
Yes.
And what jumped up in my spirit was that listening is also a part of submission in marriage.
Yes.
Sure. Sure.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, some people still think that submission is yes, Master Jenkins,
Yeah.
but it really can start with listening, and the
Yes.
more you listen, especially from a woman's point of view, then you can hear the man's heart.
Yes. You can hear the man's heart. You can hear what God has been telling you,
Yes.
Of course.
and you can really hear how messed up you was.
Absolutely.
Who you telling? Who you telling? All
That
right,
is so
Lisa,
true.
we'll be back with you in just a minute. Grab yourself a breath of fresh air. And Laretha, this is a good conversation.
It really is.
Lisa
Lisa
can
has
speak to
learned.
Yeah, she
Yes,
could speak to marriages, to
yes,
friendships, because we'll mess
yes.
up a friendship in a minute from not
Yes,
listening.
and then we instill the wrong myths into our children. You heard her say she had to overcome
Mm-mm,
of myths that she lived with for many years, and
mm-mm,
it was actually destroying her marriage. So I'm
mm-mm,
just so grateful
mm-mm.
that God delivered her at just the right time.
Well, I know that you and I are headed to Orlando towards the end of the month for the Boss Women Conference, and I'm going to keep some of that in the back of my mind so that maybe
Yes,
we can share it with others. So,
absolutely.
everybody, here's a little bit about the conference that Laretha and I will be attending. Join us for the Boss Women Getaway, Armed and Dangerous Conference. It will be held June 23rd to June 26th, 2022, in Orlando, Florida. Women will rally together from all over the globe to experience 4 reviving and energizing days of empowerment. The conference will showcase women leaders from various parts of the country. The collective platform will foster conversations on topics and issues pertinent to empowering women through optimal health and wellness, spirituality, financial stability, organizational management, and professional development. Through sharing experiences and initiatives designed to promote upward and forward advancement opportunities, we are empowering lives through diversity and inclusion. Headline speakers from Rochester, New York, Temple Hills, Maryland, Nashville, Tennessee, Toronto, Canada, and Orlando, Florida. There are multiple means in which a person can attend this powerful event. Please go to drperdameeks.org and look for the Register Now button. Ticket prices range from a single day pass at $55, an all access pass for $225. Please note that prices will increase as we draw nearer to the date of the event. This conference is part of a ministry of Newborn Fellowship Church Incorporated, founded in 1992 and located in Rochester, New York. Newborn has multiple locations, one of which is Newborn Fellowship of Orlando, located in Castleberry, Florida. Weekly services at Newborn Fellowship of Orlando are held Sunday at 11 a.m. and Wednesdays at 7 p.m. at 118 Live Oak Boulevard, Castleberry, Florida, 32707. For more information, please visit nbfcc.org/Orlando. Promotional consideration for this event is sponsored in part by Angie B. and Bartee Productions. We definitely want to thank our good friend Tam for introducing us to that conference.
Yes, thank you, Tam.
I'm glad we got our tickets early because yesterday she said the prices was going up. So
Yes, and I passed that on, and my folks already have their tickets too.
I know you got about 3 or 4 people that are going, right?
Yes, absolutely. Boss women.
Yes, I'm excited. And I'm also excited about your brand new show sponsor because,
Ooh.
it take a little bit of love and support to get things together. So
Yes, it does. Yes,
drum
it
roll,
does.
please, if you don't mind. So What's the Problem TV show hosted by Laretha Simon is excited to announce that our brand new sponsor is none other than Uh-oh, wait a minute. I done pushed the wrong button. See there? That's what I get for
It's
getting
Dr.
it.
Quarterman
There
with
she is.
Family Dentistry of Daytona Beach, LLC.
Robin J. Quarterman. What's the
Yes.
DMD stand for?
Doctor of Medical Dentistry.
All right. All I know is she is the first Black female doctor in Daytona Beach, Florida.
That
And when
is
I
correct.
sat in her chair, she prayed over me before she
Yes.
got to work.
Yes.
Oh,
And
my
I
goodness.
want to thank her for my pearly white.
I know that's right. I know that's right. She is Daytona's home for compassionate dental care, family
Yes.
dentistry of Daytona Beach.
Yes.
And let me tell you why. We have to operate the way the Lord wants us to. So when the Lord
Yes.
leads you to do something, he ain't gonna let up. You need to do it. And so
Right.
I know we had talked earlier about Dr. Quarterman, but during this past week, we were traveling to
Mhm.
meet some people, and I saw this little girl. I don't think she was 4, might have been 4 or 5.
Oh, my.
Little girl
Mhm.
running around. Hey, 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 and every time her mouth opened, it flashed with silver.
Oh,
She had
wow.
a mouth full of silver on her baby teeth,
Oh, my gosh.
and her
Angie
gums
B.
were just as black, just
Oh, I'm
as.
so sorry.
And I said, baby,
What's
what you
wrong?
brushing your teeth with?
Mm.
And, not trying to put the mama down or anything, but I
Mm.
told her what I learned from Dr. Quarterman. Dr.
Uh-huh.
Quarterman was a vendor recently at one of our events.
Yes, she was.
And Dr. Quarterman said, get you some mouthwash, swish around, floss, and then brush. And you won't believe how clean your mouth feels.
Isn't that
So
amazing?
I am looking forward to receiving her weekly dental tips. Thank you, Dr. Quarterman.
Yes.
We wouldn't be cheesing without you.
We sure wouldn't, because that's our daily routine.
We would not be cheesing without you. So, Lisa, I know you've been backstage. Tell us where you live. Are you in Florida?
No, I wish I was now because I wanted to go to the conference, and really the conference is on my birthday, June 23rd.
Oh, wow.
So
What have you
hopefully
planned?
next year I get to go. But
So, what city and state are you in?
I live in Brandywine,
Brandywine.
Maryland.
Okay.
So I'm familiar with Temple Hills. You said somebody was from Temple
Waldorf.
Hills. Waldorf, yes.
Okay, our book tour took us to Waldorf, Maryland last
Yeah.
year. We met with Juan Lowe and Vanessa Blackwell.
Uh-huh.
I know
And-
Vanessa Blackwell.
Yep.
Yes.
And for Juneteenth,
Super
we'll
well.
be in Annapolis, Maryland.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll contact you when we get there.
Please, yes.
Mhm. Ladies, before I go, I just wanted to let you know that Tam is watching. Hey, Tam. Hey, girl.
Hi, Tam.
And Natalie Ann Armfeld Williams is watching, and she wants you to know
Yay.
she is watching. In fact,
Our
I'm gonna
new
put
team
her
member.
comments
Hi,
up here.
Natalie.
She watching. All right, ladies, I'll be back in a little bit. I'm enjoying this conversation. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thank
Okay,
you.
Lisa, I understand that you have a new support group on Facebook. It's called New Thinking, New Purpose.
New purpose, new thinking.
Oh,
Yes.
New Purpose, New Thinking. Okay, tell us about that.
Well, it's a group that me and one of my team members
Uh-huh.
we started because we want to help to shift minds.
Right.
To shift your mind so you can have positive thoughts on your mind, body, and health and spirit.
And why is that important?
It's so important because it's so negative. It's so many negative things out here, and we need accountability. So we need to shift our mind to broaden our thoughts, so we won't be stuck in a rut.
That's true.
Right? And
Yes.
That lifts our spirit. It helps our mental state.
It does.
It helps our physical. Because when you look good, you feel good, you do
That's
good.
True. It does. And it does all start with your mind, because as you think, you are.
Yes, you are.
as you think you are.
Yes, you are. Yes.
Okay, very good. Now, what I noticed on your Facebook page for that group, you have a thought of the day, and it says, it's important that we evaluate the relationship we have
Mm-hmm.
with ourselves
Mm-hmm.
because it will set the tone for us to have the ability to manage life's adversities.
Yes, ma'am.
And I understand that's important because I was a caregiver for my mother for a little over 10 years. And it did not start out on a good note, Lisa, because, um, she was my mother, but I mean, Lisa, it was so difficult
Sure.
because my mother still wanted to lead her own life and she didn't want to listen to me. And
Yes.
so now I felt like I was making a sacrifice. I'm here, but it didn't work out that way because she still wanted her own independence. And
Sure.
so it took the Lord to help me see that log in my eye when it came to my mother. And so I can't even imagine how difficult it would be to be in a relationship with someone when you think that it's got to be your way all the time.
Oh, yes.
Always got to be the one that's right, and you never want to compromise.
Sure. Like I said before, you have to
Mm-hmm.
have a good relationship with yourself,
Right.
because if you don't, you won't be able to manage all the unfortunates of life.
Yes.
God has told us that, we are going to have troubles,
Yes, we are.
so
Yes.
you have to, have a good relationship with God,
Mm-hmm.
ask for help through prayer, you
Yes.
know, so you can be better equipped to manage
Mm-hmm.
the difficulties of life,
Mm-hmm.
and that starts off, with self-talk. I'm always speaking good about myself.
Yeah, positive affirmations.
Positive affirmation always help. It gets your mind in a better space,
Yes.
you know. And if
Mm-hmm.
your mind is in a positive space, like I said, it's good for your mental health.
Absolutely.
And May is just about over, but May was mental awareness,
It was mental health month. That's right.
mental health month. Yes.
Yes.
So
Uh-huh.
if you talk good to yourself, if
Mm-hmm.
you surround yourself with positivity, positive people,
Yes.
then when difficult things happen, then you
Mm-hmm.
won't, you know, um, how can I say it? You'll be able to handle it better.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then you always know that your hand is with God. That's why I never let go of God's hand.
Exactly.
Because whenever there's trouble in my relationship, although me
Mm-hmm.
and my husband, we are in a much better place, but we're
Right.
still not perfect. But
Right.
we know how to go back to God and ask for help.
Right.
So
Mm-hmm.
um, when I made that post, it was
Mm-hmm.
more related to mental awareness more than anything.
Absolutely. I understand that. And I'm just so happy to hear you say that you will have what you say. The Bible says you'll have what you say. And I know for a fact that you have to speak life,
Sure.
and and you just have to be positive and not surround yourself with negativity all the time.
Yes, you do. And then you have to be patient with yourself.
Yes,
Because we're not perfect. We're going to make mistakes. But you
absolutely.
have to be patient with yourself, and you can't get hung up on,
Mhm.
self-blame.
Right.
You have to get away from that. So these are some of the things that I learned to do that has
Hmm.
helped me, that's helped lift my spirit. That's why I, you know, developed
Hmm.
this group,
Okay.
because as my mind was shifted and it helped
Hmm.
me, then I want to help other people.
Exactly. And I was also going to ask you, Alisa, about forgiveness.
Oh, yes.
That's not important. That's not important, is it?
No, forgiveness is very important. You forgiveness, that's the first thing God told me. You have to forgive.
Uh-huh.
Tell
You
me how
you
to forgive. Tell me.
you have to forgive yourself,
Uh-huh.
and you have to forgive. Forgiveness is for us.
Right. It is for us.
Because if
I'm
we
not
don't
gonna forgive if I didn't do nothing wrong.
if you don't forgive, you can't move on.
Mm.
You
She's right.
can't move on. You can't make the person forgive you,
Right.
but you can move on and forgive that person. You know,
It
um,
releases you. Forgiveness
it
releases you.
releases you. It
Mm.
Yes.
releases that
Okay.
pain.
Okay.
Yes.
You
So I
know,
got so
so
I got to forgive them, even though it ain't my fault.
Absolutely. Yes.
absolutely yes.
I'm just
It makes you a better person.
It really will. It will expand your horizons. You will no
okay.
longer be stuck in that place where you were
That's
because
right.
you will constantly think about that over and over and over again,
Wow.
trying to convince yourself that you were right when all you have to do is ask God to forgive you, give you a
Wow.
clean heart, and move on.
And
Isn't
give
that
you
right,
a
Lisa?
clean heart. Yes.
Mean heart. I appreciate that. All right, ladies. All right. We're going to give Miss Lisa another quick break. I'm telling you, this conversation is getting better and better. When you
Better and
first
better.
said a support group, I'm thinking, okay, well, where did all that come from? You just don't want to jump into anybody's support group, and now I see why she is qualified to lead
Yes.
one.
As a
Mhm.
matter of fact, she offers a free 20-minute coaching session to help you decide whether or not she's just the right coach for you. So I'm
Oh,
going to ask her how we qualify for that when she comes back.
okay, that would be good. Yeah, maybe one of the viewers would benefit from that,
Absolutely.
because we are blessed so that we can be a
A
blessing to
blessing.
others.
That's
So
correct.
that is so cool. Okay, well, I want to talk briefly
Uh-huh.
about what's coming up. What are our upcoming events?
Oh, we
And
have
so
so many.
I'm going to try to do them in the order in which they are coming up.
Okay.
So tomorrow is the launch of Books and Besties, the audio
Yay.
book, the very first one, volume 1, with Evangelist Angie B, that's me, and my
Yes.
besties, that includes you.
Yes.
Now, out of all these authors, they each shared a story about
Yes.
how they started in business, how they started in ministry, why
Right.
they wrote the book that they wrote. And
Mm-hmm.
Angie and Bartee Productions produced it as an audiobook, and it launches tomorrow.
Yay.
Ooh, girl, I'm so excited.
Books and besties.
I'm telling
Woohoo.
y'all, this audiobook has been sponsored in part by Debbie Scarborough of AMBA.
Hi, Debbie.
It has been sponsored in part by Tahara Thompson, Business with a Heart.
Hi, Tahara.
It's been sponsored in part by Teresa Jordan with Triumphant Magazine.
Hello, Teresa.
And it's also sponsored by our brand new association, which is Volusia Business Women.
Woohoo! That's our website, ladies.
We are stronger together.
Stronger together. Yes,
So
we
if
are.
you have books or products or events, if you're doing anything in or around Volusia County and you want to get some good support, just
Yes.
go to VolusiaBusinessWomen.com,
Yes.
list your event. And if you're providing services for folks in Volusia County, you can list your business as well.
Yes, you can.
Volusia Business Women is an event and business listing directory that does not charge per month.
Right.
It charges per year.
Our fees are annual
Yep. And affordable. I love
and affordable.
you say affordable. Okay, so our next event, we already talked about going to
Tifton?
Orlando, Florida. Yep,
Oh.
but here we go. We headed to Tifton, Georgia.
All right.
with,
Tifton, Georgia.
Yep,
We're
Books
going to
and
Giggles.
Books and Giggles. That's going to be Saturday, June 25th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. at
Yes.
Giggles Cafe. Of
Giggles
course,
Cafe.
we're taking my bestie, international Amazon #1 bestseller, author
That would be
Laretha
me.
Simon. She's going to be with us. We'll have so many of the audiobooks that we've produced in the past. Fatherhood, the single save struggle. Bartee will be there with us, so we'll be autographing copies of In the Beginning There Was God, Me and You, the book
Yep.
that we wrote about our relationship. We'll
Yes.
have the books that we are a part of with Vanessa Blackwell. I know we called
Mhm.
her name earlier. And we wouldn't be doing all this if it wasn't for our host, Debbie Scarborough of
Right.
AMBA, Association Member Benefits Advisors. Yeah, that's
Right.
it.
Mhm.
AMBA. And so if you'd like to be a vendor, if you're in or around Tifton, Georgia, or you just want to make a drive over and meet all of us, again, we will be there on the 25th. We actually arrive Friday, and as long as Bartee's not listening, we might want to do like a little meet and greet in the lobby, a hotel or something. We just might. Bartee keep hollering about, you keep adding more stuff to the schedule. I'm retired. Okay, you can be retired. But me and Laretha are headed to do the Lord's will.
Yes, thus says the Lord in
Mhm.
Tifton, Georgia. I've never
Mhm.
been to Tifton, Georgia, but I have been posting. There are so many little areas around Tifton. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And I know you've been posting, so I'm gonna give you your shout out right now. Lolo's social media promotion. She be
That's
blowing
me.
up your book, ministry, event, or business with content and comments. Send an email to larethapromotes@gmail.com. She has affordable rates, payment plans, and Angie and Bartee Productions are some of her extremely satisfied clients. Extremely.
Amen.
Okay, I know we've got some more announcements, but we do have a question. So I'm going to bring your guest back in just
Come
to
on,
be able
Lisa.
to respond to the question.
Okay.
Lisa, the question is, ooh, that sounds like that gospel song. The question is, will I do it will? You no. Okay, I found the question. So, in terms of a relationship, when mental health
Mhm.
has affected the relationship,
Mhm.
how can you forgive and how can you support?
Hmm.
How can you forgive and how can you support?
Wow.
Mhm. You got,
Wow, good
yeah.
question.
That's a good question.
Um, you have to forgive no matter what.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to have the ability to forgive, because if you don't forgive, you'll be stuck. You'll be
Yeah.
stuck in hurt and pain and misery, and um, and then it opens you up to get help.
Mhm.
So for mental illness, um, you have to know who you can trust, where to get help from. But in order to do that, you have to forgive. I can't say that more enough.
Right. That's
If
true.
you're in a relationship, you know, um, hopefully that the person can support you,
Mhm.
in your mental health journey,
Mhm.
or at least get you to where you
Mhm.
can get help.
Oh,
Right.
Jesus,
You
yeah.
know, if
Yeah.
if it's to your church,
Mhm.
or if you have insurance, there's always numbers on back of the insurance cards.
Right.
You know, that will help the relationship.
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know,
I
and
agree.
at least smooth it,
Yes.
out.
Yes.
But at that moment is no
Mhm.
time for unforgiveness.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Because um your focus needs to be on your mental journey.
Right.
Did I answer the question?
I
Yes.
hope so. I'm checking to see if they have anything
Yes.
else to ask.
I think so. And Angie V, I might add that Lisa offers a free 20-minute coaching session. So
Yes.
how can they reach you to find out or to get to talk to you for those 20 minutes, Lisa?
Well, I can leave my email and phone number.
Okay.
My email is, well, the easiest way to get in contact with me is
Uh-huh.
lisa.horton23 at yahoo.com.
Okay.
They can reach me through Facebook, Lisa dash author. They can message me.
Mm-hmm.
And they also can call me. My number is 301-216-8993.
Thank you so
And
much,
I give
Lisa.
these two 20-minute coaching sessions so they can find out, they can know about me,
Mm-hmm.
know that I'm a Christian relationship coach. So I do
Yes.
use biblical principles,
Yes, she
you
does.
know, and then just get the feel of what coaching is like.
Right.
Mm,
And
mm.
coaching, really, because I'm a trauma and survivor coach, Lisa. And so what I offer are listening sessions because
Yes.
my healing came as a result of someone listening to me about what I
Yes,
had
ma'am.
suffered. And it took, girl, it was about 40 years, Lisa, before I even had the courage to even tell someone what
Mm,
had happened. Isn't that terrible?
mm,
We've
It,
lived with all that pain most of our
it's
lives
suffering.
just because we
Yeah.
don't know who to talk to.
And see, that's it. That's just it. We don't have to suffer in silence.
Right.
You know, back in the day,
Hmm.
our parents, our grandparents, their
Yes.
parents,
Yes.
they kept that to the day they died,
Yes,
literally.
they did. Yes.
So this is a different time. We don't have to suffer in silence.
No.
We don't have to be embarrassed.
No.
So go to that trusted friend.
Yes.
Um, don't feel embarrassed, don't get down on yourself, and
Hmm.
that's not the time for that.
No.
So I became an advocate
Hmm.
for mental health a couple
Hmm.
years ago,
Okay.
because it affects everybody, isn't everybody's family.
It does. It's so prevalent.
Yes,
And it's a chemical imbalance. That means
it
that
is.
the fluid on one side is a little bit less or more than the other, and it makes you off balance. It does.
It,
And
it does. And I think when people, I'm sorry to interrupt. I
no, no,
think if when people realize that and
mhm,
realize that it's not taboo or a
no,
stigma around it, then it
no,
becomes easier. Then you can, get into some kind of support group, get help,
right,
and then
exactly,
it'll make the relationship better because the
right,
other person can understand what's going on.
absolutely, absolutely. And then that lack of judgment is so
Yeah.
critical because that person is in pain. They're in
Yes.
pain, and what they
Yes, they
need is
are.
compassion. They need compassion and understanding is
Yes,
what
they
they need.
do.
We got another question.
Okay.
Yes.
Somebody wants to
Okay.
know, how can they join your support group, and is it virtual?
Oh.
Oh, you can look me up. New Purpose, New Thinking. NEWPURPOSE. New Purpose, New Thinking. Um, and we do, and I am doing 5-minute lives. I do 5-minute lives every Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Uh-huh.
Um,
Tell us what that
we
is,
talk.
Lisa. Tell us what that is, 5-minute lines.
Oh, well, so on Wednesdays,
Uh-huh.
I just decided to do 5-minute lives to break my to get me in confidence with talking in public,
Oh.
because I'm not a talker.
Oh,
When
we
when
can't
I
tell.
when I became an author, then I was like, oh, well, you a public speaker. I said, I'm not really. My husband said the same thing. You talk a lot, but I don't like talking. I don't like talking in public.
Mhm.
So that's another reason I created the group too, because when God has a purpose for you, it's
Yes,
really meant for you more than everybody else.
absolutely.
Right.
That's so true.
So
Yes.
I had to step out of my comfort zone.
Uh-huh. You and
You know,
Moses too, because I believe he was a stutterer.
and so was I. I was a stutterer. I was really a
Wow.
stutterer. But um, do what makes you feel comfortable. It helps you grow.
Right.
And that's what New Purpose, New Thinking is all about, is
Okay.
helping each other grow, supporting each other in our growth.
Okay. That is
So they
outstanding.
can look me up, New Purpose, New Thinking. I have a
And
couple
that's on
groups.
Facebook. That's on Facebook.
That's on Facebook, yes.
Okay.
So we do give coaching tips, so they can join the group for that.
Okay.
Um, I do have a partner with me.
Hmm.
She supports mental illness.
Oh, very
So
good.
they can either contact myself
Hmm.
or Christy, you
Okay.
know, and we will support you on your journey.
Awesome. 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 So, Lisa, I don't want to end the show without talking about your books. You've got these wonderful mysteries, these murder mysteries.
Yes.
Okay, so go ahead, tell us. You've got Secrets Exposed and Secret Compulsions.
Yes.
Okay, so did someone get killed? Is it a murder? What's going on with the murder mystery, girl? I love me
I
some murder mystery.
love, you know, um, I never did want to write a book. Those were just thoughts in a journal because
Oh,
I was
really?
going through challenges in my marriage.
Uh-huh.
So out of that came a book,
Oh,
right? So that's
oh,
how that happened.
oh, really?
And I did go to therapy, because everybody needs therapy every once in a
Yes, we
while.
do. Yes, you need somebody to talk to, and you have to pay for that now.
Yes, coaches need coaching. Yes. So I was sharing my thoughts uh I had a book.
Uh-huh.
So my first book, Secret Compulsions, is about secrets
Oh,
that
wow.
is about secrets that we keep, and how secrets can hurt us and our
Yes.
loved ones, and how
Yes.
from them secrets, if they're not exposed, then out of that comes addictions.
Yes.
So that's what the first book is about.
Okay.
And it's wrapped around a murder mystery story.
Oh,
Um,
really?
my second book is
Uh-huh.
Secrets Exposed.
Mm-hmm.
So they exposing these secrets, and they're breaking the patterns.
Very good.
So these books are based on true stories. So
Uh-huh.
I'm very vulnerable. I'm very vulnerable with my life story,
Right.
you know, and I made light of it by the murder mysteries,
Oh, I
you know.
see. Okay.
But they're
That was your way of coming forward and basically testifying
it was
about.
it yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. And I know for a fact that when you're in a relationship, especially a marriage, which God honors marriage, um, secrets interfere with intimacy.
Or
Yeah,
does
you
we
can't have secrets in marriage.
Mm.
you can't have secrets, and you have to break the
Uh-huh.
family patterns, the negative
Yes,
family patterns,
yes, those
because we
myths.
we seem to adopt these negative things,
We do.
right?
Hmm.
And then we don't want to feel, so we cushion it by
Yes.
these addictions,
Hmm.
you know.
Hmm.
So that's what that book is about. But
Okay.
and I have a third book that's coming out, No More Secrets.
Oh my goodness.
So that ends that trilogy.
I'm ready for
Really?
that.
And And the third book is how everybody is coming together.
Uh-huh.
You know, the secrets are out, how everybody, is
Wow.
supporting each other.
So that's freedom, isn't it?
Lisa, I love trilogies. You remind me of our good friend Donna Gray Banks, who does novels and actually introduced me to the concept of writing a novel. She said one day you'll be sitting and one of your characters, you left him on the street corner. And he's like, hey,
Yeah.
you gonna have me wrap up something? So I love to
Yeah.
hear when people talk about trilogies. Fantastic.
It
Fantastic.
it helped me through my pain. It helped me deal with a lot of things,
Exactly.
So
Yes.
Good, good.
and then all with the trilogy, and then I'll go to children's writing.
Oh, well, we're looking for children's writers for our
Yeah.
pop-up shop, which is June 4th. So one of these
Mhm.
days, we expect to see you here in
Mhm.
Daytona Beach, Florida. Lisa, as a matter of fact, Angie B has a wonderful event. It's concerning alopecia awareness. It's called
Okay.
the Bold, Beautiful, Bald Beauty Bazaar. It's a
Mhm.
Oh,
weekend
wow.
retreat. You may bring your husband, and then you come and sell your books as an author.
I would love that.
A weekend in
Yay!
Daytona, girl.
On
Just
the
On the,
beach.
go to
on the beach.
boldbeautifulandbald.com for all the information. Get registered. Yes. Bring your
Yes.
trilogy. And oh goodness. Yes. That
Yes.
sounds really good.
Oh, it does. I'm so excited. Yeah,
It
you need to bring
does
those
sound
books.
good.
We
You
don't want to buy the books on Amazon. We want to buy the book from you.
um, talking about bold and beautiful. When my it tell you how God works.
Okay.
When my father passed,
Mhm.
I was stressed out and cut my hair
Right.
and didn't do a very good job at it. So I had to had weaves and stuff in my hair.
Of course.
Um, that didn't work because I get hot flashes.
Uh-huh.
So when I took it out, my hair never grew back,
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah,
and I just let it do what it do.
yeah, yeah.
But I felt really. That's why you always have to keep your self talk up, self positive
Yes.
talk up, because I was like, oh my God, I don't have no hair.
Mm,
How am I gonna look? And I
You
didn't think I
look
was gonna
beautiful.
look
You
good.
look beautiful. You're wearing it well. I
mhm.
mean, you
Let me
really
feel
are.
you.
Yeah, if you hadn't shared
Mhm.
that with us, we would have never known because it just fits your
Yeah.
face.
And at the beauty bazaar, and as we go and speak, we talk about the different forms of
Of
alopecia,
alopecia.
Yeah.
and we talk about different ways that the autoimmune disease is
Mhm.
introduced in people's lives, and how they are thriving with it. So
Yes.
before we go, I gotta put this little plug in
Go
here
ahead.
for my dear friend, my dear Baldy sister Tam.
Tim here for Management and Consultative Favor. Just reaching out to go ahead and remind you that we do have the upcoming June 12th workshop coming up. This is for all things for-profit business registration with the Department of Incorporations. We're going to be talking about what you need for EIN number, what do you need to go ahead and start your business bank account. We're going to talk logos, websites, even business credit. You don't want to miss this. Make certain that you tune in.
Some people feel like their life is absolutely over with hair loss or problems with
Yeah.
their hair. And I
Yeah.
appreciate being able to work with Tam and her resources, her knowledge, her wisdom. And so I do thank you for sharing your story.
Absolutely. That's so important.
Hope that we see you in Daytona Beach, and
Ooh, I hope so too.
I'm gonna get in touch with you when we get to Annapolis next month.
Yes,
You
please.
you need to come out. I'm gonna give a quick plug to Jamie
Yes.
Elmore out at the West Coast. She's with the Bald Boss Movement, and
Mhm.
last year she got a group of alopecians to go to Annapolis for their Juneteenth parade celebration.
It's
About
huge.
50, 60 folks showed up, and they
Mhm.
marched in the parade. And so this year, a bunch more of us is coming. So go to
Yep.
the Annapolis Juneteenth parade. You'll see us, the Bald
Okay.
Boss Movement. I'll be on the sideline waving, but you'll definitely feel like you're right at home. Right at home.
Absolutely.
Lisa, I
Lisa,
certainly appreciate
oh, we
everything
thank
that
you
you've
so much
shared.
for coming on.
Thank
You
you
have
for
a glow.
having
You
me.
don't even realize you're glowing. So you just need to take a little more time, set up your Zoom, set up your StreamYard, and just go ahead and start speaking.
I will. I
Yes, you
definitely
can certainly
will.
do it. Yeah, you have so much to say that's important.
And
Thank
Absolutely.
you
we
for
also
having
want to
me.
have you as a guest on our virtual book fair, Books
Ooh,
and
Oh,
Besties. I think we are booked for June. Aretha does the schedule for that.
yes.
But get with Aretha. It is a free book fair where you get to come
oh,
on and talk all about your books.
Yeah.
And
okay.
it's just a whole lot of fun for you guys.
Yes.
For me and
Absolutely.
Aretha, we be working. It's a 4-hour marathon. Jerry
It's a
Lewis and his telethon ain't got nothing
Oh,
on us. It's a 4-hour event. However, we appreciate what God has done because it was launched in a COVID atmosphere,
Right.
and so we couldn't do a live event. We had to switch to the virtual event.
Right.
We had the virtual book fair, and
Mhm.
then folks got together and decided to. It's time to get your copy of the brand new audiobook by Angie B. and Bartee Productions, Books and Besties. This audiobook features stories written by Laretha Simon, Tamala Lucas, Bartee, the author, April DeBro, Chanel Coleman Wesley, Dr. Barbara Buchanan, and me, Evangelist Angie B. Sponsored in part by insurance agent Debbie Scarborough with AMBA, Business with a Heart with Tahara Thompson, Triumphant Magazine from Teresa Jordan. This audiobook features a special highlight from the Fresh Book Festival, and Volusia Business Women. Attention, please. Books and Besties. The audiobook, Volume 1, is now available. Be sure to contact any of these authors to purchase your audiobook. Produced by Angie B. and Bartee Productions, and narrated by me, the Queen Bee, Evangelist Angie B. So yeah, Lisa, we got to get you scheduled for the next Books and Besties.
yes,
Absolutely.
ma'am.
And then afterwards, you can be a part of the next audiobook series.
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. Lisa, we thank you for being
Thank
a
you,
guest.
Lisa. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming on as a guest on So What's the Problem, where we are all blessed and highly favored.
Yes, yes, yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Lisa, we're gonna let you go so you can tend to the rest of your evening.
Yes.
Laretha, I got just a couple of things I want to tell you, girl.
Oh, what's that?
One, VolusiaBusinessWomen.com launched on May 1st. Have you
Right.
seen it lately? There are businesses listed. There's a realtor listed. There's the event calendar is popping. It's just
Yes, it is.
So I want to give a very special shout out to Ladero Press for
Yes,
bringing that
absolutely. We could not have done it
Ladero.
without you. Thank you so much, LaShonda Robinson.
Thank you, thank you,
Ladero
thank
Design Works. Yes, they're
you.
very good. They do excellent work, and we're very proud of
Yeah.
our website, and you should be too.
Yep. So I'm excited about that. I also want to let you know that I'm not really into the Facebook algorithms. It's almost like a critic that comes on and says, "Oh, well, we don't like the way you had your." Who asked you? So I don't pay too much attention. But earlier today, something popped up that said, since your show has launched, it has reached on Facebook alone over 380 people.
Wow. You mean my show?
Girl, I'm telling you. So
Imagine that.
if you're watching the show on YouTube, please put replay in the comments and the city and state or the country that you're watching from. If you're watching us live tonight, please put hashtag live. Please share the show. Tonight was some really, really good information, and I'm
It
proud of you for
was.
getting your special guest, girl. I'm
Lisa
proud
T.
of you.
Horton. Yes, she is
Mhm.
available on Facebook under Lisa dash
Yes,
author.
author.
Right.
Okie dokie. It's time for us to get out of here. I love you, sweetie.
Love you
God
too.
bless you. And if it's the Lord's
Smooches.
will, we'll be back sometime soon.
Sometime soon.
Thanks, everybody. Be
Bye
blessed.
now.
You see, there's just one thing I would like to know. What's the problem? What's the problem? Tell me, what's your problem? So what's the problem? Five, four, three, two, one. What's the problem? Tell me, what's the problem? So what's the problem? Tell me. Five, four, three, two, one. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wanna know. Oh, tell me. So what's the problem? I wanna know. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So what's the problem? Tell me. I wants to know. So what's the problem?